So Star Citizen 3.22 is out today. It came out yesterday, actually. I kind of caught it at the kind of the evening. I know this patch was probably slated for first quarter 2024, so I was just as surprised as everyone else. I actually ended up finding out about the patch drop because they put the reclaimer back on the hull upgrades on the pledge store. But I have been salvaging like a madman. Some of the other big changes, they did some mining changes, kind of vague, but essentially mining nodes, ship mining nodes, had their scale adjusted closer to prospector difficulty. What I've noticed is the rocks I'm finding are a lot bigger. Or actually, I wouldn't say they're a lot bigger, but like on average, you'll see like a 20 SCU to a 40 SCU rock, and a lot of the difficulty masses are very doable with a prospector. Now, I know that change is supposed to help prospector pilots, but it also ends up helping mole solo pilots as well, because especially if you're in a situation where you're like me and you run different lasers for fracturing bigger rocks versus smaller rocks and stuff like that. But I bought the Vulture. I almost said Venture. I bought the Vulture whenever the patch dropped. You can buy it at New Deal and Laurelville for 1.2 million. And unlike mining ships, you don't have to do any sort of change to the fit. You just jump in and go. And the amount of credits I can make in an hour with a 1.2 million credit ship is just astounding. Because, and I'm a really big miner in Star Citizen, but I account for a bunch of different things in terms of downtime, travel, how long it takes to get out of a ship. Some of the best things about the Vulture is it is quick to, like with the internal storage now, it's just so quick to just stack that thing really, really heavy. And not to mention, when you land, it's just, you have a side door and then you run down one of the rails and you're done. You're out of the ship. One of my biggest pet peeves about the mole is it takes a long time to get out. The prospector is not so bad. You go through a door and then you go through another door, but the Vulture is just one door and you're out of there, which makes downtime really, really low. I don't necessarily mind having to go and initiate and pull off stuff with the tractor beam out of the internal storage on the Vulture, because what I do is, in between salvage missions, when I'm quantum warping to the next one, all I do is just get out of the chair while I'm on warp, go down there, start stacking everything on the grid. By the time I'm done, I get back to the seat. You know, I'm usually where I need to go. Now, I have been logging all of my my salvage since the patch dropped. And I'm gonna give you guys a little idea of what that ends up looking like in terms of revenue. So this is my salvage log right here, as you can see on the screen. So what I'm doing here is I'm tracking the amount of SCU that I get off of a certain mission, and then also the fee that I paid to actually have that mission. So this is 1,000 a credit mission. I got about 3 SCU off of it, and that's both from just doing the normal salvage off of the hull, and then also structure salvaging the whole thing. And then a 5,000 fee mission, I got about 7, and then a 20,000 fee, I got about 15. So as you can see here, and this is an adjusted value. So your recycled components are going to probably sell for a little bit more than the construction parts. But I just kind of take the lower. I just kind of lowball it. So this is based off of 6.6K per SCU. So as you can see here, for a 1,000 mission fee, you only really, once you get 1 SCU, you're in the black. And as far as a 20,000, you probably want to actually run this with like a reclaimer, just because even the tractor beam on the Vulture can't really move the thing around. The colorless black that I am salvaging, I forgot I had my tractor beam on, and it can't grab it, but it ended up pushing it. So I'm like chasing this colorless black around while trying to salvage it. But I got 15 off of that. And so you really only have to get like 3 SCU to break even. So right now, just filling up, I got about 37 SCU stacked in that thing right now, which should be worth about 212,000. And I stack that thing full. I don't stop at just the grid. I'll stack it along the side of the grid, up in front, craziness. And then also I'll go back and I'll have the when I go to sell, I'll also have the 13 SEU full as well. So I go and I sell everything that's in the cargo hold, and I'll go back to the hangar, make another 13, and then sell those. That's, you know, generally how I end up doing things. So what I'm going to do is we started off at 12.16K on our wallet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up getting all this stuff sold here in Lorville. And I don't know why we're going here. We can go in the back. We literally only came to the hangar here just to process some more out of the internal storage. And as you can see, we still have several in here just from selling that. A lot of these are actually the recycled material, which sell for like 13. So we're going to end up making a killing on this. And this only took like an hour. All right, so as you can see here, we still have a full internal storage, and our grid is actually full again. We had pretty much a whole other like 10 on the side here. So we can kind of spit these out as well, but this just goes to show you how much you can really stack in here. Like I essentially put 3 times what you're allowed to put in here. So I'm probably not gonna like stack down the side here just because I don't want anything to bug out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it at that, and we're gonna go and sell everything. Probably take another trip down here to get the rest of that stuff out. I pulled one out because the internal storage was 13. So now the internal storage literally only has 12 in it. That allows me to come back one more time to the hangar and fill the grid up again, and then go sell everything. So what I'm doing is, since the admin shop is closer to the spaceport, I'm taking care of all the things that I can for that. But I'm probably going to go ahead and run over to the TDD and get rid of that recycled as well. But yeah, just as a note, we started off, before any of this stuff, crazy stuff is going on, we started off at 12.16K, and then once I get done selling everything, we will look at what the ending balance is and see how much we actually made for all the stuff, the hour worth of Vulture mining. All right, here we are at the TDD, and as you can see here, there's no demand for this recycled material composite, but it's also selling for 13.37 thousand a unit. So those 12 units right there are going to be 160 on their own. And then we also have a few more of those. Now, the recycled material composite comes from the traditional salvaging, where you take like the skin off of the ship, right? And then all your other stuff, the construction material is actually going to be coming from the structure, fracture, and disintegration, which is faster. You could just do mission after mission after mission and just kind of not even worry about the surface salvaging everything. But I don't know, with the amount of money you can make from just with this little small ship is insane, because we still have more to do. Like there's still a lot in the ship that we probably have another trip. But we went from this is kind of like a mid-progress update. We went from 12,000 in my wallet to right now we're at 258,000, and we're not even close to offloading all this stuff yet. And I don't really mind running back and forth and stuff. You could probably actually go to Area 18 and probably have less distance to foot travel, but I had to come here to get a skin for the Vulture anyway that I unlocked with the holiday advent calendar, whatever. So I figured and I haven't been over the TDD here in Lorville in a while. But yeah, the main purpose of this video is to kind of show you guys how you can really kind of just stuff that Vulture completely full and make a killing. Look at this sweet paint job. This is one of the skins for the Vulture that came with the holiday event going on right now. Figured I'd throw it on just to, you know, I'm usually a darker paint kind of person, but I figured this will kind of be nice change. So now we get to stack all this stuff out. This will be our last trip. This will be officially emptying out the Vulture here. This could be a little tedious. Now, if you want to try to replicate like this kind of play loop, The way you can do all of this in an hour is being really picky about the types or the missions that you're selecting. So normally I'll try to work in like kind of one area. So around ArcCorp or something, I'll do like ArcL2, ArcL1, things like that. Look at those. Look at the locations of everything, and try to. You're not going to do it in an hour if you're going from like one side of the system to the other. You're not going to do it if every time you move to a new mission, you're moving like 20 million kilometers, right? So be really picky about what you're grabbing and try to grab multiple contracts. So if I see a bunch of contracts, if I see like 3 contracts for like Hurl L1, I will go ahead and grab every single one of them. And what you can do is you can actually go and like work on salvaging that hull, and you can also just end up owning and selling and then coming back. Like that tracker, that mission won't actually disappear until you kind of meet until you kind of complete the whole progress bar at the very top of the window, which is usually tied to the just the regular hull scraping. So if you had to, you can like that colorless black. If we could piece that out over a couple of trips to market and stuff. I think it'll be a lot easier when we get like for freight hangars and stuff like that. That way you could potentially put like a hauler in one of those hangars, and you could go out around a station and salvage, and then come back, unload, and then put that in like another ship, and then go back out, and only really come here to Lorville when you have a crazy amount on your grid, like maybe on like a Hercules or something. So that's all we're doing right now. We're just getting everything on this grid, and we gotta be pretty quick too, because we don't want to like get kicked off the grid. So we need to make sure we kind of do this as quickly as possible. We got about 3 more left to do, and then what we'll do from here is we'll go to the admin shop, sell the construction parts, and then we'll go to lastly for the last time the TDD and sell the recycled composite material, and then we'll figure out what our ending balance is, which is going to be a lot more than I initially thought. Because like before, I want to say, actually I think the price dropped on the composite materials, so this is bugged out because like I definitely don't have 1 SCU in there because we already pulled that out. I figured that was an issue, so we got 12 in there, which is pretty good. Some of that is RC, and most of it is construction parts. So go and get this thing stored again, and then I'll see you guys back at the TDD for our final wallet balance comparison. All right, here we are selling the last little bit out of our Vulture, the last bit of RMC. Got 4 of those, that'll be another 53,000. So we're going to hit L on our sell on that one and see what our total balance is now. So let's go into the mobiGlas here so we can see it better. So 359,000. So let's go and put that in there. 359,000. I'm just kind of rounding to the nearest. So we started off at 12, a little over 12K before we sold everything. And after we sold everything, and we also have taken off the amount of we spent in fees for the missions, which was a total of 32,000 we paid in mission fees. And so after all that, we made a total of 314,840 credits in 1 hour from Vulture mining, without any special fits or anything. That's pretty good. I'm going to say that's pretty good. Like, I think that if you can afford to get a Vulture right now, and you can get out there and just kind of get a good routine and a good loop kind of popping, I think it'll be very profitable. You could probably get close to, you could do several million a day doing this. Now, obviously, the only tedious part is like what you saw here, kind of running around Lorville or Area 18 or wherever you sell at, just to kind of like offshoot everything. Now, listen, I only came to Lorville because I wanted to get the skin and put it on my Vulture. But if you're going to do this, the fastest way to off-sell all this stuff is Area 18. Because the TDD in Area 18 where you're going to sell the recycled stuff. Once you leave the TDD, you'd like make a right and you go up to the IO North Towers, up those stairs where you can sell the construction parts. It is so much quicker at Area 18 to sell this stuff than I think pretty much any other planet. So if you want to do this kind of credits in an hour, the biggest thing to do, don't be afraid to take any job. Even the 20,000 feed jobs are gonna break. You're gonna break even on all that stuff. So don't worry about that. But focus on getting missions that are in the this kind of the same area or roughly the same area to reduce your travel time down. When you go to sell everything, just go to Area 18. It's going to be the best thing for you to do. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you tried salvaging in 3.22, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.